Marriage is a journey many of us dream about. Finding someone who loves and respects us, building a life together, and sharing in the joys and challenges that come along the way. But what happens when that dream turns into a nightmare? What happens when the person you trusted the most becomes the one who hurts you the deepest? This is the story of my 7-year marriage. A story filled with betrayal, heartbreak, and lessons I hope no one else has to learn the hard way. I share this story not to seek sympathy, but to educate and inspire others to recognize the signs of toxic relationships, take action, and find their strength. Let's start from the beginning. I was 20 years old when I met my husband. He was charming, funny, and 7 years older than me. At 27, he seemed mature and stable. Everything I thought I wanted in a partner. We started dating and things moved quickly. Within a few months, we were deeply in love, or at least that's what I thought at the time. Looking back now, I can see the red flags I ignored. He was flirtatious, even with my friends, but I thought, that's just his personality. I believed it was harmless and I never questioned it. I trusted him completely. One day before we got married, I brought one of my close friends to his house. We were all laughing, talking, and having a good time. Then he suggested we play a game, truth or dare. It seemed innocent at first, just a fun way to pass the time. But by the end of the night, he had managed to sleep with both of us. I was shocked and confused. Instead of seeing it as a betrayal, I convinced myself it was just a one-time thing, a mistake we could move past. Little did I know, this was only the beginning. We got married in 2017. I was so happy and hopeful for our future. We were blessed with 2 beautiful daughters, and I wanted nothing more than to build a happy home for our family. But from the very beginning, my husband's behavior didn't change. In fact, it got worse. He started pressuring me to bring other women into our relationship. He would say things like, "Let's party," or, "Why don't you invite one of your friends over?" At first, I went along with it because I was young, naive, and desperate to make him happy. I thought if I gave him what he wanted, he would stop looking elsewhere. But it was never enough. The more I gave, the more he took. Whenever I tried to talk to him about how I felt, he would turn it around on me. He would say things like, "You're the one who introduced me to this lifestyle," or, "If you don't want to do it, I'll find someone else who will." I felt trapped and helpless. He made me feel like it was my fault, like I was the one who had to fix things. Over time, I realized he wasn't just sleeping with the women I brought into our home. He was cheating with my friends behind my back. Some of them were people I had known for years, women I trusted. He even used my phone to chat with them, pretending to be me. He made them think I was interested in them, that I was the one initiating things. When I found out, I was devastated. It felt like a double betrayal, by my husband and by my friends. I begged him to stop. I pleaded with him to think about our family, about our daughters. But he didn't care. He would laugh it off or get angry and accuse me of being insecure. By the 2nd year of our marriage, I stopped trying. I stopped bringing women into our relationship, and I stopped begging him to change. But his behavior only got worse. 6 years ago, I was pregnant with our first daughter. It was a Sunday, and my younger siblings had come over to visit. I was exhausted from the pregnancy, so I went to take a nap. When I woke up, something felt off. I couldn't find my husband anywhere. I looked around the house, but he wasn't there. Then, something told me to check the uncompleted building behind our home. What I saw will haunt me forever. My husband was there with my 16-year-old sister. He was about to assault her. I screamed and pulled her away. She was crying, and I felt so much rage and helplessness. I couldn't believe the man I married, the father of my child, could do something so vile. I didn't know what to do. I didn't tell anyone except my mother-in-law, hoping she would talk some sense into him. But nothing changed. My sister is now 23, and she recently told me that he still tries to contact her. He still tries to manipulate her into sleeping with him. Hearing that broke my heart all over again. A few days ago, I went through his phone and found messages between him and my 17-year-old sister. They were inappropriate, and I could tell he was grooming her, just like he tried to do with my other sister years ago. My blood ran cold. I knew I had to do something. I couldn't let this happen again. I told my mother everything: the cheating, the manipulation, the incident with my older sister, and now this. She was horrified and told me to leave him immediately. And I want to leave. I'm ready to leave. But I'm terrified for my daughters. I don't know if he'll let me take them with me, and I can't bear the thought of leaving them behind. I'm at a crossroads. I know staying in this marriage isn't an option anymore. It's toxic, dangerous, and harmful, not just for me, but for my children. I've started looking into legal options to ensure I can take my daughters with me when I leave. I've also reached out to a counselor to help me process everything I've been through and to guide me through this next chapter. If there's one thing I've learned through all of this, it's that love should never come at the cost of your peace, your dignity, or your safety. I share my story in the hopes that it will inspire others to recognize the signs of a toxic relationship and take action before it's too late. To anyone out there who feels trapped, who feels like they can't leave, I want you to know that you're not alone. There is help available. Reach out to someone you trust, seek professional support, and remember that you deserve love and respect. Thank you for listening to my story. If this resonated with you, please share it with others. Let's raise awareness and help those who might be struggling in silence.